Well, guys, who's gotten a lot of hype and the buzz around, and deservedly so, is Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
Right? He has been balling out so far this season. Commanders, the surprise team, 3-1 in the NFC East. And on Get Up, they discussed, it's a hot topic after 4 games in the NFL. Is Jayden Daniels the best quarterback in the NFC? Let's play the clip and we'll react on the other side.
That's a dumb thing to say.
He's the best quarterback in the NFC.
His
Greeny,
numbers.
You just flipping said Sam Darnold is the MVP.
Yeah. There's a difference between being the MVP and being the best player. I mean, right now, no one is playing better than there's a difference. The word,
Jayden's been amazing. He hasn't been better than Sam. He hasn't been better than Geno Smith.
I like Geno.
He hasn't been better than Brock Purdy. He hasn't been better than Baker Mayfield, okay? So Jayden is having an outstanding season, specifically in those last 2 or 3 games. Clear runaway for the Offensive Rookie of the Year. He has not been and is not the best quarterback in the NFC.
He went 16 consecutive possessions in which his team scored. They went back-to-back games where they didn't punt. He didn't turn the ball. They didn't have a turnover until this past week.
Am I wrong?
I like Geno Smith as the best quarterback. Now, Dan was naming like quarterback after
quarterback. That's a bit much.
Has he been better than Sam Darnold?
No.
Has he been better than Geno?
Not Geno.
Has he been better than Brock?
I think he's in the conversation after Sam and Geno. I think he's in the conversation before.
Brock's been balling now.
Brock's been balling
without
Baker Mayfield.
Which is what we wanted to see from Brock last
just
year.
not so fast to just dismiss him.
I'm not
as he continue to go down the list is what I'm saying.
I'm not
When you start
either.
saying Baker and Goff and all. I think he's in that.
I'm not trying to minimize Jayden's performance this year at all. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah, but I do think there's guys above him in the NFC.
But to sit there and say he's the best in the conference is absolutely ludicrous.
I would say this about Jayden Daniels. It wouldn't surprise me after 17 games if he's the best quarterback in the NFC this season. I think it's a little too early right now.
Guys.
Listen to what I'm saying, Dio. It wouldn't surprise me after 17 games.
To say he's the best in the conference?
I think as the season goes, the other guys are going to be the ones that start to separate. As fantastic as he's been, I don't think Geno's going to drop off as the season goes. New offensive coordinator, I think he's only going to continue to get better. I think when you look at Baker and when you look at Brock Purdy and those guys, I think they're going to continue to progress. Where I think Jayden Daniels, I don't know that he's going to keep getting better to that level.
Jared Goff just went 18 for 18, right?
Let me tell you what he has in his back pocket. He has a run game. The Washington Commanders right now are totally rushing. And when you look at having 2 valuable backs and you're an extension of the run game as well, and you have that number 1 target, you have that valuable tight end.
Listen, the skill is there.
I think he has a chance.
It's not all that different than CJ last year. Like we're going to sit here and he gets into that conversation and they get into playoffs, he's going to be in the MVP race.
The only quarterbacks who have a higher QBR than him this season, not counting Andy Dalton, who's only played 1 game, are Josh Allen and Sam Darnold. He's played 2 games. But if you want to argue Darnold, that's fine. He's also running the ball like, okay, we're going to continue to fight him.
So you could see a lot of different opinions. Dan Orlovsky was beside himself on it. But, hey, rightfully so on this with Sam Darnold. You look at what Sam Darnold's done for the Vikings and where he's been. I'm still fine with saying Sam Darnold right now in the NFC is the guy with that team and the teams that they've beaten, by the way, beaten San Francisco, went on the road to Green Bay. But, guys, I mean, Jayden Daniels to be the top quarterback in the NFC after 4 games. And it's been incredible, by the way. Truly has been incredible. But are you buying that?
No. I'm not. I'm at the same. I think it's Darnold. I think it's either Darnold or Geno. But it doesn't take away from how great Jayden, like the fact that we're even having this conversation 4 weeks into his career is that in and of itself shows just how impressive this kid has been. He's been everything as advertised, and I'd say more. Also, a weird conversation that kind of goes into this is you see the difference in AFC level quarterbacks and NFC level. I mean, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith as your guys, you're headlining it. And then you go to the AFC, you have Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. So it's interesting. Obviously, if there was going to be a conference, you can have this conversation. It is the NFC. Not ready to put him up at number 1 right now, but I'm going to go with McCourty and them. It's hard to put him outside the top 3. And this is after just 4 games of his NFL career. That's how damn good he's been.
So let's look at his stats then real quickly. I have him up right here, okay? Jayden Daniels on the season, 897 total pass yards, 3 throwing, 1 interception, but then he has 4 additional rushing touchdowns, and he's rushed for 218 yards. That's 4.7 is the average. So in general, for Jayden, Brad, it's a great start. It's an unbelievable start. And I'm on the part here, and I think I'm with you, Zach. When you look through the list, let's say in the NFC East right now, he is the best quarterback right now playing. I think Jalen Hurts, would jump back into that category. They're missing A.J. Brown. They just were missing Devontae Smith. But Jayden Daniels has completely transformed how this offense has to be defended, to say the least. I mean, where do you stand on it, Brad?
Yeah, I mean, QBR is at 73.3. Again, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 897 yards, as you had mentioned. But look, what stands out to me, I think he has the highest completion percentage in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, no, by far. Yeah.
82.1% from a rookie. I'm not ready to crown him the best quarterback in the NFC, but to their point, it wouldn't surprise me if he ended up being that dude. If these numbers stay sustainable, if they sustain, hell yeah, he could be the best quarterback in the NFC. I just don't know if these numbers are actually sustainable. He's got some pretty tough teams to face. Now, granted, they play the Commanders play the Browns this week, so Daniels' numbers could look even better after this game. And so we'll see what happens. But look, I'm not ready to say that he's the best. I'm not ready to say he's better than Baker Mayfield right now, who's got 8 touchdowns and a million yards.
Another guy.
And so I think that he is well on his way, but I'm not ready to say he's the best quarterback in the NFC yet.
Yeah, and the one thing I'll say, at least with Jayden Daniels, I mean, the next couple of games, despite the Browns struggling, their defense is still a solid unit, right? And then they got Baltimore after that here at M&T Bank Stadium, why that's not getting flexed this Sunday night.
Right.
I understand it's a money decision for CBS, but everyone wants to see it. Jayden Daniels has an opportunity to continue to have this grow. And if you can beat the Browns and you beat the Ravens, that would change a lot of the narratives there. Because the one thing that the Commanders are still trying to prove, and yes, they did beat Cincy on the road, but it took everything to beat Cincy on the road there. Can you continue to replicate that? But go ahead.
When you start to crown people the best in the conference, you're telling me that you trust them in big games like a playoff game, a championship game, the Super Bowl. We're talking about the best quarterback in the conference. So you're telling me that you'd rather have Jayden Daniels. You'll take Jayden Daniels over Jared Goff right now, the way that he's playing, or Brock Purdy, or Sam Darnold right now. You're going to take Jayden Daniels over all those guys? I don't think so. I'm not taking him over Matt Stafford. And you can say what the Rams are what they are, but they're riddled with injuries. You put Matt Stafford on that squad with the Commanders. I'd rather put Matt Stafford there than Jayden Daniels right now, and that's just because of experience. That's just because of what we've seen from these guys. We haven't seen enough from Jayden Daniels to be like, yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, it's a small sample size, but what the size that we have seen has been something that's incredible. And if you're a Commanders fan, you're getting that sensation, that feeling that you finally
for sure
have the guy. That can be, and the Commanders with Jayden Daniels can be the force in the NFC East and change that whole merry-go-round. What, the team hasn't repeated in the NFC East, Zach?
It's over 10, 12 years at this point.
I got to check. It's ridiculous, but I'm saying it's constant turnover, and it's a division that has been for the taking over and over and over again. Jayden Daniels has a great opportunity with the Commanders. You got it?
Yeah, I undersold it completely. No team has gone back-to-back in the NFC East, winning the division since 2004.
Wow.
Shirts and pants.
That's unreal. Nobody has won back-to-back years in 20 years.
So I don't even know how to take that. But what I lied.
Don't call it the NFC least for nothing.
I do understand how to take it. It's just that no team has stepped up and just had a stranglehold on it. Yep. And it's also for other divisions too. I'm not going to say that, but Kansas City's had a stranglehold on the AFC West.
Yeah. You're
going around trying to think of the AFC North has been a battle between 3. Sorry, Cleveland.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it makes sense. But for the Commanders, they're the team that they really felt like they just haven't had that force. And I think that's people don't know how to handle it. But Jayden Daniels is still a rookie.
Right.
And he's trying to figure out how to use his weapons, Scary Terry being the biggest one on the outside for him. So we'll see. It should be fun to watch. But, hey, I think we're in agreement. You're a Commanders fan. Jayden Daniels, he very well could be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL by the end of the season. I agree with Harry Douglas on that. So, can't wait. And then that game in Baltimore, I'll tell you what, that is going to be must-see. CBS, do it for the people.
Absolutely.
Send it over to the NBC. I know you won't. But
for the people.
For the people. Hey, for the people, we appreciate you guys. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. The Ryan Ripken Show, we do it live every Monday and Thursday.